Nita, you mentioned your wonderful cast. I would love to talk to your wonderful cast. Let's start with you, Sarah.
All right.
Hey, I've been doing a bit of a deep dive. I assumed, you know, when you watch somebody on a show, you think that they were just trained for that thing. So they were trained to dance, they were trained to sing, they were trained to play an instrument. You actually sing.
Yeah, well, I was in a band for like 6 years, but singing soul indie music, which is very different to punk. Like so different. Is it? What? And it was amazing because I think when I first started the project, I was like, Nida, can I have lessons in like punk singing? And obviously like that doesn't exist. It's just about connecting to the raw feeling inside you and speaking something passionately. So it was amazing to kind of get in that zone and be able to do it with these incredible women. Like we gave each other a lot of permission to just scream really loudly and emotionally, and it was beautiful.
Faith and Sarah, were you ever nervous or embarrassed at first having to sing in that way? Because it's a unique skill.
I was never nervous, but I was like spurred on by the craziness that was coming from Sarah. I got there and I was like, okay, right, let's go. And I remember the first time, Nida, we were like putting some tracks down, and then they were like, okay, go. And the music started, and Sarah just became a different person. And like, she like jumped up on the spot and then just transformed, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we're going. Okay, if that's what. So I was never like, from you, I got like a lot of. Yeah, I felt free to go to places. But I do remember the first day we recorded a song, and I was just like, what is happening? I'm on set, I've got a guitar in my hand, like, what is this? And I just crept up to Sarah, and I just leant my arm on her and whispered in her ear, I'm really overwhelmed. And she just hugged me.
You were like, this is my safe space.
This is my safe space. I'm just going to hug you for a little while.
Like, you've got this. You've got this. Yeah. It's going to be fine.
And it was a lot of that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, we need each other.
Wait, was this your first big show, like first meaty project?
Yeah, it was my first TV series, but also Sarah's.
And mine, yeah.
It was both of our first.
Okay. And so, did you rely on each other? I know we're missing two also. But did you all rely on, well, many, but two in particular. Did you, the bandmates I'm talking about, did you rely on your fellow bandmates and castmates for support? Because it is intimidating on your first big TV show.
Yeah. No, 100%. No. No, we did.
Like it was... No, we don't talk off that.
Yeah. No, that's why we're sitting so far apart.
We're such.
Can you imagine? No, please.
But we're so in sync, aren't we? Like we have a really beautiful relationship, all of us girls, and I think the music aspect of the show really helped with that, because we always said, like, if anything did happen, like if anything was embarrassing, only we knew what was embarrassing, and if we were like shouting into a microphone, like emotions, and then our guitar just fell off, like, because the strap just fell off and it was just like super embarrassing. Or if Juliet was like playing a like really cool drum solo and the stick just flew out of her hand, it was like, it was such a safe space because we could laugh with each other about everything. And yeah, so it just helped, all of us helped each other, I think. It was very beautiful.
Yeah, and definitely growing as a band. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, sorry.
Play instruments also, or you had to learn for the show?
So we learned for the show, which was amazing. I maybe touched a guitar when I was like 8. And then I learned that you had to cut your nails, and I was in that phase where I was like really wanted long nails, so I couldn't do it. But then suddenly you get this amazing opportunity and an instrument just falls into your hands. And so we learned, but Faith did incredibly because she got the guitar last. Yeah. I got the guitar like 10 days before we were starting, because I got cast like 10 days before we were starting. I did all my lessons on Zoom. I had many panic attacks, many. Just like sitting there, rehearsed for like 5 hours at a time, got there, and then we all did it, and it was cool, and now I know how to play 9 to 5.
Do we actually hear you play? I thought it was probably a backing track. We actually hear you play on the show after 10 days?
We can play the song.
We play all the songs.
But it's to a track on screen, but the vocals are live.
The vocals are live. We play everything.
But we became very obsessed with being able to play the tunes. So we would say, just turn the track off, and we're going to play it from start to finish and wait to get 100%. And one day we got 100%.
Yeah, we did.
So.
Look at you guys doing method.
What can I say?
We'd be like, cut the track.
It's good.
Julie, I didn't realise that. Did Juliet not play drums beforehand?
No.
She plays bass.
She played the bass.
Yeah,
Then you two are impressive, but Juliet is wildly impressive because that ain't easy.
Isn't she cool?
It's so difficult. Like the drums are the hardest.
We'd just stare at her during her take. It'd be like, okay, time for Juliet's close-up, and we'd all just hide behind the camera like watching her.
But she was even working on tricks. She got that far that she was like, okay, I really want to spin it in this scene.
Yeah. Because my brother who worked with taught everyone how to play the instruments and had he was just so impressed with how quickly all the actors were picking up the songs, and Juliet as well. Like he taught her how to do the kind of the drum twist or whatever, and she drilled it for a night, came onto set and was like, get close up of me, and it was basically in every trailer.
Speaking of your family, is it right that you came up with these songs with your family? That you wrote the songs with your family? Is that right?
Yes, that's right. I wrote the songs with my brother-in-law, my sister, and my brother, who also taught the actors how to play the instruments and composed the score. Yeah, so we kind of grew up in a really musical household. My dad got me a guitar when I was 8, so music has always been very much part of our lives. So it was just really cool to get to write the songs with my siblings. Yeah.
Nita, where does your lineage come from? Is it Pakistan?
Yeah, my parents are both Pakistani. Yeah.
Wow, and they gave you a guitar? Your parents are definitely very different to my parents.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see a sort of similarity between Amina's parents and my parents. You know, my dad was a big kind of Simon and Garfunkel fan, which is why I got that sort of influence as well as he was listening to Qawwali music and stuff. So it was just quite eclectic at home, and music and art was really valued. So I think that's why, we're all kind of a bit music obsessed in my household.